Hello gentlemen and gentle ladies, my name is Sir Stanger and I am back once again to answer your questions. Now I have to admit, it doesn't feel like it's been very long since I did my last question and answer segment. And I also feel like just answering your guys' questions isn't exactly great content to have every other week. Frankly, it would become lazy and it would make up more than half of my content, which is not something that I really want to do. But at the same time, I like answering your guys' questions and making you guys feel as though you have some sort of connection to me and that I'm not just some super distance away from you guys. I am just a person, and I like being able to answer your guys' questions. So because of that, I'm not going to be doing question and answer segments just every other week. I'm going to do it a little bit more sparsely than that, and I'm also not going to make it my weekly video whenever I do it, because that's just, frankly, it's lazy, and it's not okay, it's not good content. But I do like answering your guys' questions still, so that's still going to happen. There's still going to be Q&As every now and again, and any question that's asked below in this comment section should hopefully get answered in the next one. So be sure to leave a question down below, and the next time I do a Q&A, hopefully I'll get around to answering that for you. In fact, I'm hoping to have another video put out before next Tuesday, because I feel like I kind of gypped you guys on content by just doing a Q&A video this week, so I'm working on something to put out for you guys just because I really feel like I'm cheating you with these Q&A videos. But I did promise that I'd answer your guys' questions today, and I intend on keeping that promise. So for right now, we're going to do a Q&A, and we'll see what we can get done a little bit later. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop right into it. First off, we have Pyromancer with less of a question and more of a suggestion, saying that if I wanted to, I could do an indie game day every couple of days called Stanger Sunday or Saturday. And Brother Knight added to the comments, said maybe he'll do a Sunday show named that. This certainly isn't a bad idea, and it's not something I'd be against doing. Although I'm a little bit afraid now to venture too far off from Team Fortress 2 related content. I put my last video out on Overwatch, a little Zarya guide, and it's one of my lesser popular videos. Obviously you guys are interested in Team Fortress 2, that's why you guys are here, and I'm really glad that I could provide you with that kind of content. But I don't know how interested everyone would be in some non-Team Fortress 2 related content, just judging off of the viewer count on my last video. But if that's something that a lot of people are asking for, then by all means, I'd love to dive into some indie games and play some different stuff for you guys. But if you are interested in seeing me play some stuff other than Team Fortress 2, I do the Zarya guide last week, so I'll leave a link to that below down in the description. By God, it needs some attention because it's one of my lesser watched videos. But, you know, if you guys just want to see Team Fortress 2 and that's pretty much it, that's fine. Just let me know. Mathages breed? Mathages breed. Ooh. That's... Please someone tell me how to actually say this one. Asks, what new spy weapon would you add to the game? Well, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I feel like the spy needs some sort of weapon that gives him a little bit more vertical freedom. I know the Deadringer lets him move faster, and so does the Big Earner now, since they both got changed, and the spy moves overall faster since the last big update. But I feel like the spy needs something that lets him, you know, either jump higher or gives him some sort of ability to get just to higher places. Like the last point on Upward, if the engineer puts the dispenser in the correct place on the staircase, on the very last point, the spy actually has to sap that dispenser in order to get up there, which immediately alerts the engineer. And that's just not okay. It's not fun to play spy, especially on that point if you have an engineer who knows what they're doing. It completely eliminates spy from certain areas of certain maps. It makes it so they can't get where they need to go. And it would also allow spy to get around certain choke points. This is especially important on maps like Dust Bowl and Hoodoo, which both have really bad choke points, and being able to maybe jump up to higher locations would really fix that for spy. So I'm not sure if it would be like a revolver, a knife, or an Invisawatch, or what it would be, but I think that he needs something that lets him maybe jump higher, that would get him to those places a little bit more easily, give him a little bit more freedom. Why do you people insist on having such unreadable names? Sisman Merrick. You know, I'm just gonna go with that, because I don't know. I'm out of guesses. What do you think about Muselk? I don't know. I mean, I've never actually met the guy, like, in person or in the game or anything like that. He seems like a cool enough dude. I know some people in his community can be a bit cancerous, but I feel like that goes for pretty much anybody. I know some people hold some real discontent towards Muzak. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know, he seems like a nice enough guy to me. I mean, if anything, he's one of the larger Team Fortress 2 channels, and I know he plays a lot of, Overwatch and stuff like that, but he draws a lot of attention towards Team Fortress 2, which is really cool, and I think it's important that we have those kinds of people in the community that are still drawing people and new players into Team Fortress 2. So if anything, I feel like he's doing a real service to the game. So, Muzak, I guess if you're watching this, thank you for having so many people come and play Team Fortress 2. See? Now this is a name I can read. Spy is Butt Sex XD asks, can you do some sniper gameplay? That'd be awesome. Yeah, man, I could totally do some sniper gameplay in the future. The Demonizer says, I saw you were playing TF2 and I thought it would be weird to join you. Is it? It would feel kind of stalkerish, but I want to know if it's normal. I just want to clear up any assumption right now that I, for some reason, don't want to play with you guys. I actually love hearing from my subscribers. If you see me in a game and you want to do a shout out, go ahead, please. Let me know that you've seen my videos. It actually means the world to me. In the grand scheme of things, I still don't have that big of a YouTube channel, so it's actually pretty cool for me to hear from somebody that actually likes my videos. So, in short, no, I don't mind it at all. Please, come play games with me. Let's have some fun. I think it'd be awesome. Angry Pyro asks, will you have my babies? Well, I mean, I'm not sure. Are they free? I mean, you said babies. I'm assuming there's multiple of them. Are they human babies? Are these puppies we're talking about? If they're puppies, I'll take them. I will definitely take some puppies. I would love some puppies. Lacrum asks, if I were stuck on a boat at sea, would I rather have a banana or a grapefruit to protect me from shark-infested waters? While I don't think a banana or a grapefruit would aid me very much in actually defending myself from sharks, I think I'd have to go with the grapefruit, because at least it has some vitamin C in it, and if I'm at sea, we all know about scurvy. I think the vitamin C in the grapefruit would help me not get scurvy, at least while I'm trying to fight for my life against the sharks. So I think I'd go with not having scurvy and just fighting off the sharks bare-fisted, because I'm just that manly. Atomizer Gaming says, hi Sir Stanger, greetings from the UK, I'm loving your vids. Here's a question for you, do you ever use the Cloak and Dagger, and what are your thoughts on it? Anyway, keep up the good work, and I hope you make more great content. Well, first off, I'm sure that I absolutely butchered your name, so I apologize for that. And secondly, I'd like to really thank you for the compliment. It means a lot, and it really helps me continue doing what I do and stay motivated while I do it. Well, to answer your question, I actually use the Cloak and Dagger a fair amount, but I use it mostly when I'm playing Highlander, which, for those who aren't familiar with it, is a competitive Team Fortress 2 where each team has 9 players and one of each class. So when I play Spy, I'll usually run the Cloak and Dagger to try and get intel for my team, so that way that I'm constantly cloaked, I can hide from the enemy, I can let my team know how much Uber the enemy medic has, the positions of all the enemy players, and things of that nature, and the Cloak and Dagger really comes in handy for that. When it comes to just normal playing in pubs and stuff like that, I don't find too many uses for the Cloak and Dagger. The only times I really do are when I'm playing maybe Capture the Flag. Sometimes it can be pretty useful for, because you have to be in a small area for a very long period of time around a lot of enemies. So if you're trying to like capture the intel or something like that, it can be pretty useful. Other than that though, I don't find too many uses for the Cloak and Dagger. It's a really good watch for competitive, but I don't really have too many avenues that it's used for other than that. Paz asks, what are the best game modes to play as Spy? Well, I have yet to find a game mode that Spy doesn't really work very well in. There are ones that I guess he works better on. Things such as Payload, where the enemy is a little bit more scattered around. It's a little harder for them to keep tabs on one another, is pretty good. King of the Hill is not too bad also. Kind of the opposite mindset is that they are all kind of clustered together, and they're usually all facing a single direction, which is your team's spawn, so you can oftentimes get a bunch of backstabs off of that. Those are two, I guess, that I would say personally go really well with Spy. Other than that, I don't know. I guess he works in basically every game mode, but I guess those two he just works a little better in. The End Guy says, why don't you make Patreon donators have a special thing, not affecting gameplay on your server? This is not something I am at all opposed to. I think it sounds like a wonderful idea, like those who are Patreon donators maybe getting some reserved slots, so if they really want to play the game with me, they have a better chance to. That sounds like an excellent idea. Definitely nothing affecting gameplay, though. I don't even want myself to have any sort of advantage on these kinds of servers that I'd be setting up. So, yeah, that sounds like a wonderful idea. Also, while I'm releasing this video, I am also launching my Patreon page. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to that down in the description. If you feel like supporting me and helping me make more and better quality videos, please go and support me there. It's going to be the best way for you to directly help me continue doing what I do and make more YouTube content. There are multiple reward tiers ranging anywhere from $1 a month to $50 a month, so I'm sure there's a donation to fit everybody, and I really just appreciate all the support. Lars Olsen wants to know if I can do a Q&A with Miss Stanger. That is absolutely something that I can do. If you have any questions for Lady Stanger, please leave them down in the description. She'd be more than happy to answer those for you. But she also has her own Twitch channel, which she answers plenty of questions on there as well. I'll be leaving a link to that down in the description. If you have any questions for her that you want answered immediately, just go ahead and catch her while she's live streaming. I'm sure she'd be more than happy to answer that for you. American Sniper asks, will we see Demoman gameplay in the future? Absolutely. This channel is still very young. I would expect to see some gameplay for every class in the future. I don't know exactly when. I don't have any exact plans for doing any Demoman gameplay super soon, but I'm sure that I can do that for you. I was planning on playing some Demoman here in the near future anyway. I got my 6 team where I play Demoman on, so I can get some gameplay of that as well. That's going to be no problem, and there's going to be plenty of other class gameplay, so you Pyro mains and Heavy mains, don't you worry, there's going to be plenty of that around here too. Free0 has several questions. 1, favorite color. 2, favorite skin in TF2. 3, Putus. 4, why the 70 view model? And jumping to 6, why do you think TF2, or what do you think TF2 needs to be better than it is now? 7, was there a question number? No, there was no question number 5. That's what stumped me. Okay, so 1, favorite color, I'd have to go with purple. I actually like black and white a lot, but I guess those technically aren't colors, so if I had to go with an actual color, I'd go with purple. For 2, I'm not sure what you mean by favorite skin in TF2, if you mean like a full-on like reskin, retexture type thing, or like just the contract skins from the previous updates. If I had to go with a full-on reskin, I think I'm going to have to go with the Bat Saber. I think that's probably the coolest one. When it comes to just the contract skins from the previous updates, I think I'm going to have to go... I have a few of them I'm really a big fan of. I like the Shell-Shocked Rocket Launcher. That's one of my favorite ones. I'm a big fan of the High Roller Rocket Launcher. I'm not a big fan of the SMG, just the Rocket Launcher. I know they're really low tier, but I love the Coffin Nail series. I think that those look really cool. And any one of the High Roller skins that came out recently, or not the High Roller, the top shelf skins. I already said High Roller, the top shelf skins, especially for Spy. I think those are really cool weapons. In fact, I would kill for a strange factory new of pretty much any one of these weapons. I like the way they all look a lot, and I'd probably use them a ton, especially the knife and revolver for that top shelf. I would love to get a strange factory new of each of those. But anybody that knows me personally knows that I love the color gold as well, so that's why I own all of the Australian weapons. I'm a huge fan of those as far as... I guess they're technically reskins, so I guess they should be on this list as well. Although no, I don't own a golden frying pan, and it's because it's considered golden and not Australian, and I still want one, but it's a long and complicated story I'm not willing to get into right now. Question number 3, Putus? Yeah, sure. Number 4, why the 70 view model? Actually, my view model was at 54 at the time of recording this video. Why it's at that? I don't really see any difference between changing them. I don't feel any significant change when I shift my view model size. So I can see field of view. Field of view can make some difference, but view model size, I don't really see too much of a difference in. And last but not least, number 6, what do you think TF2 needs to be even better than it is now? Well, one thing I think that Valve could do is they really need to communicate better with us. I think that they need to have more people working on Team Fortress 2, if possible. As many people working on it as they can spare. And I also think it wouldn't hurt them to have a slightly more aggressive marketing campaign. I know that they had the whole, meet the series that they had a while ago, where they did the whole SFM thing for each character. I think it wouldn't hurt at all to put out some more similar SFM videos, and I think it wouldn't hurt at all to just make some ads for the game. I mean, it's a free-to-play game. They have really nothing to lose on it, and they get tons of revenue off this game, so I would imagine it could only benefit them to let people know that there's a really awesome free-to-play first-person shooter out there, especially since a ton of people were pissed that Overwatch was a game you had to pay for, you know, right off the bat, full-priced game, so they could actually get some players off of that. Burning Wonder asks, would you dare 1v1 me on MGE? Chances are pretty slim on that one, and it's mostly because I don't really play much Soldier or Scout, or at least not enough to be any good at a 1v1 with them, and since I know they're the main 1v1 classes, I don't see myself doing very well. We can go ahead and chalk this up as a win for you. I'm sure you're probably better at MGE than I am, especially if you're challenging me to it, but I'll let you know if I get any more skill in Soldier or Scout in the near future. I don't really anticipate it. I have a lot more fun playing the other classes, but we'll see. You'll never know. Sleepy wants to know if I like Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about the movies or the books, I guess there's technically a video game now, isn't there? Yeah, I like Sherlock Holmes. I don't really see any reason not to. It's a pretty cool concept, a really cool detective guy running around stopping crime. I think that's pretty neat. Brother Knight asks, if you were able to change / remove / add something about TF2, what would it be? Now, I know a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, he'd remove random crits, because everybody hates those, right? And, well, you can already technically turn those off, so I'm not going to say that. Also, random crits don't really bother me that much as they do to everybody else. I think that they're just fine. Sure, they can be a little maddening sometimes, but I think it adds a little funny something to the game that makes for some pretty funny plays that can happen from time to time. No, if I could change one more thing about TF2, I think it might be just to, I guess, sharpen up the graphics a little bit. It is an older game and it shows a little bit. I think it's a really nice looking game still, but I think that it is getting a little bit older and it's starting to show, and I think that maybe doing some retextures, really sharpening some things up, maybe moving it to a slightly more powerful engine would not be a bad idea at all. I think that could really benefit the game and really improve its longevity. I mean, we'll see in the years to come if Valve does anything of the sort, but I think that could really improve the overall experience of the game. Sir British asks, do I know Grungle Dan, or Uncle Dane? Yes, I do. It's really no secret. I know Uncle Dane. I was on a competitive team with him, and we're still friends, and we talk sometimes. Dexstar asks, could you play Undertale? I mean, I probably could. It doesn't look like it'd be that difficult of a game. If you mean, do I plan on making any videos for it? I didn't really have anything in the works for Undertale. I've heard a lot of good things about the game, but I haven't actually done anything with it myself. I've thought about playing it in the future myself, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I should do anything on Undertale. I mean, if I get an overwhelming amount of people that want to see me play it for some reason, I guess I could do a video or something on it, but there's no plans for it at the current moment, and I don't really see myself playing it, at least not in a video anyway. I might play it personally, but we'll see. I don't know. It's only the future knows, I guess. Anyway, I think I got to every pertinent question that was left on the last video. But be sure to leave your questions down below. If you have any questions for me or Lady Stanger, we'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing as many Q&A videos. I'm going to try and space them out a little bit more because I don't think this is really great content for you to be watching every other week. So I'll just come out with one whenever I feel like I have enough questions to make one. And it won't be my weekly video. It'll be sometime, in the middle of the week. So I'll just surprise you guys with one of those every now and again. But anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully my answers to your guys' questions were satisfactory. And with that, let's keep the internet classy. I'll see you then.